Aloha. Hello. We are expecting light attendance today because of KubeCon in Shanghai. So let's just give folks a couple more minutes to join.
Sounds good.
Okay, we'll give one more minute. Um, we are giving one more minute for folks to join. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, yeah, I think so I was asking in the chat if it was he had problems with his speaker. So are you able to hear us?
Yes, I think I can hear you now, yeah.
Okay, great. All right. So welcome everyone to the Ratify community chat. So how you we see you're new to the group. So do you wanna just quickly introduce yourself?
Hi there, yeah. So my name's Hara. I actually working at Microsoft at the moment, and I'm looking to kind of using Ratify for the Azure community setup that I'm having at the moment. So yes, I'm trying digging through the documentation and I found the link to the community core, so hence why I'm here.
Oh, cool. Is there anything specific you wanna add to the agenda or just listening in?
Actually, yeah, I mean, our documentation referred to this particular page. I put in a chat. I think this page was there before. I think now it's got 404. So I'm not sure if that will move anywhere.
I see. Yeah, so we recently migrated all our docs to the new Ratify site. So you should be able to find, let me go to ratify.dev and there's a docs
Alright.
there. So all our documentation you should be able to find there now. Okay.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Yes, I was also looking for some couple guidance in terms of how does it work in CI/CD pipeline, but that's just my personal question. So if you have an agenda on fifth,
Well,
I'm more than happy to do it.
today actually the agenda is quite light. This week we actually just released the first stable version of Ratify. So we're kind of in a celebratory mode today. So just kind of want to thank everyone who took some part in the last 2 years to get this first stable release in place. Really, really great job to see it out. We've already seen, you know, recommendations from AWS recommending Ratify as a policy validation engine. There's recently the public preview of the Azure Image Integrity, which is actually using Ratify as well. So very, very good job. And then now on to kind of the next part of Ratify. Just as a reminder, please, this is a community chat and a project supported by community. So any internal projects from companies that you come from, please don't mention anything that might be under NDA at this time. So just because this is a public community call.
Understood.
Cool. So yeah, so basically nothing on the agenda. Akash had made he did some performance tests as part of the documentation that's going on as V1 stable, but I think we wanted to hold that conversation until next week when we get more folks. This week is a little bit busy. Many of the regular attendees are attending KubeCon in China, and so it is a bit of a lighter attendance today. So it's kind of more of an open. Well, let's see what are the. I don't think we have any. We have, I think, only one open pull request. Which is this one, it's free, which is a documentation. Anything here to call out, Akash?
Nope, I think this was kind of a gap we had in our docs for a while, explaining what each of the Helm chart values does. So we have added a PR, adding a table, explaining some of the different values there and what are the default values we've set. Thanks, Binvin, for your review here. I saw that one of your comments mentioned being able to maybe pin some of the existing quick starts and workflow documents we have on the website to relevant values in the Helm chart file. I can do that. It's just I wasn't sure what the best way to do that is, whether we want to go down the route of adding a new column and then adding URLs for each value, or maybe bucket or section off certain values and point users to those documents. Did you have anything specific in mind you were thinking, Binbin?
Yeah, I was thinking adding a new column so that, and maybe it's more like a group of parameters because we don't need to have a doc for each parameter, and for some of them we can group them together. But actually, I'm just thinking if it's like necessary to add it, because I didn't see it in the gatekeeper, so I just wonder if it will help our users to use Ratify.
Yeah, I was thinking about the same. I modeled this document based off of gatekeepers. I did check out a few other projects. It seems like it's just a description and default value for the most part. I know we do have a lot of quick starts that change some of the default values according to the scenario, but if maybe for now, should we just leave it, or does anyone else have any thoughts there?
Yeah,
I think having default value is a great start. Go ahead, Binbin.
Yeah. I feel for the doc, for adding link to doc, maybe we can add it later. but I think it's enough for this PR to get merged.
Okay, sounds good. Cool. Yeah, so if I could just, Jin Chang, Susan, Luis, if anyone wants to take a look at that as well. And after addressing any feedback, I'll merge it.
Sounds good. Thank you, Akash. Next on, let me actually. I wanted to make sure that so we've got the next milestone, which is 1.1.0 beta 0. I was looking at through some of the topics that we want to make sure we the issues that we want to address. So there is the support the verifying vulnerability, which is currently assigned to Akash. So I'll just move this to the beta 1 milestone. And then there is the SBOM support verifying SBOM of a container image at admission. So, and I know that for some of these, Yi and Feynman will be providing more detailed PRDs. But in the meantime, I think there's some, like, if there's some prototyping, some investigation that can be done while you get the full-fledged PRDs, go ahead and do it. So I think we spoke about this one assigned to Susan. So I'll just put the milestone here for beta 1. And then there is the one for multi. Design for multi-tenancy.
Luis, are you sharing your screen?
Oh, is it not showing up?
I don't see it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was sharing my screen. Maybe at some point I stopped. Let me share again.
Thanks.
Are you able to see the screen? Oh, sorry. Are you able to see the screen now?
Yes, we can see it now.
Yep, we can see.
And you're seeing the issues page? Or you're seeing my
Issues page. Yep.
Yeah, 225.
Zoom confuses me a little bit because the actual anyway. So I was basically going through the list of issues. So based on our conversations, I'm moving this to the beta 1 milestones. So this one multi-tenancy I'm gonna assign to Bimbin. And just going back to the issues list. So what I did is I assigned the multi-tenancy to Bimbin. Susan, you've got the support verifying SBOM of a container image at admission. And Akash, you got this one, support verifying vulnerability reports of a container image at admission. Does that make sense?
Yep, sounds good.
Sounds good.
Okay, and then I see that there's a couple bugs that have been logged, so maybe we can take a quick look at those as well. Change doc reference in the Ratify error log. Oh, are these the ones that Feynman logged as part of the negative tests?
Yeah, this one, I think this one specifically focuses on the notation verifier and the troubleshooting document that we currently link in the error response. I'm not too familiar with what his suggested solution here is. I don't know if notation has troubleshooting documents per scenario or per error message. Bin, maybe you're more familiar with that.
Yeah, I'll send
I
this to you.
wonder. Yeah, I wonder. So I think I see the point of user confusion. So what we're saying is, okay, the trust store is invalid. And here is the spec of the trust store. I think what Feynman is saying is like, where is the trust store? Where can I review my incorrectly configured trust store? Like, which is what it means. Like, I don't see a specific path. I just see the doc to the spec.
Oh, I think I remember that so this link points to a folder instead of a specific like section of a file. So maybe I think Feynman just want us to have a link to a very specific like section of the trust policy or trust store of notation spec, so that users knows how they can handle this case.
Okay, so Bin, I'll send this to you. Can you sync with Feynman?
Yeah, sure.
Maybe we can discuss this one next week as well. Thank you.
Just a reminder, it's most people will be oof in the Asia Pacific region next week.
Oh, that's right. Well, we'll
So,
discuss
yeah.
the following week.
Yeah.
So I'll just move it to this next milestone. And then is there a CRD conversion issue, Bin?
Let me check what. Oh yeah, so this one I think the way through them before. So I think our conversion method is not working, and then we need to investigate how we can fix that. And also through that, I remember you mentioned you will raise some ask some questions in a KubeCon.
Yeah,
yeah.
So just for context, Luis, like, so in the past, when we bumped our CRD from alpha to beta, there's actually no changes in the interface.
Mm-hmm.
And with the policy recent change, right, like where we introduced a new type property on the spec, this is the first time that we actually requires internal conversion to be triggered by the Kubernetes runtime. Mm-hmm. And then we realized it didn't actually work. All we got was a conversion error. Our conversion method didn't work.
Oh.
So we logged in issues to investigate how to properly do conversion. But we think the impact on RC8 is small because we don't have many users on the policy, and they will be able to apply like a small update to their spec if needed.
Mm-hmm. I see. So for people that are using RC8 potentially as part of other cloud providers offerings, I guess if there's an update of Ratify later, they would also need to update their CRD, correct?
They don't need to update the CRD, but they need to manually update the CR objects.
I see. Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll have to document that. I feel like yeah, this one might be tricky. Let's try to fix this one for beta one. Figure out. You worked on this, right, Bin?
Yeah. I'll plan.
Yeah. Okay.
Luis, is it possible to also remove the triage tag?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we triaged all of this, so let's remove it. Validate external plugin name while applying CR.
Oh, I think this one, maybe it will only, it should apply to both the verifier and the referral store. So basically, the current policy and search store, we have the status. Yeah, we have the status. So if there is something wrong with the search store or the policy setup, we will like log an error and show it up in the status. But for the verifier and the referral store, we don't have. So I think we might need to add the status to both of them. And so when we apply in a verifier, if there is something wrong in this like CR, in the verifier CR, so we can see the error directly instead of getting it when we do the actual image verification.
Yeah, this seems like something. Yeah, let's take this one.
This would be a part of like taking our CRDs to 1.0.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Susan, do you wanna take this one?
Sure.
Okay. The rest of them are a bit older. Okay, let's get this one that's not assigned. Verifier report should contain both verifier type and verifier name. Oh, let's see.
Yes, so I think this one would require some refactoring on the verifier. So because currently the get name API of the verifier interface is not returning the real like verifier name. It's more like a verifier type. So we need to reflect that so that we can get the correct verifier name and verifier type in our verification result.
So this is more like well, I guess this is the one that also doesn't allow us to have two verifiers of the same type right now, right?
Yes.
Do we already have an issue covering that, or is this the one?
I think this is the one tracking that.
Yeah, this one, I feel like it's more of a well, I guess it's a bug, but it's also enabling the multiple verifiers of the same type. I'll assign this one to you, Binbin.
Okay.
But I think this is kind of lower in price versus the other.
Binbin, is this a straightforward change? I wonder if Junqian will be able to like work with you on this.
Let me check. Yeah, I think it's not very complicated. So yeah, sure. Yeah, I can work with Junqian and see how it goes.
Yeah, it's also like a good way for him to ramp up to understand the structure of the verifier report, etc.
Yeah.
Just to like
That's
get his hands dirty with the verification process.
Okay, that's a good idea, Susan. Okay, so assign to Junqian, and let me. Okay. All right, so we did some like triage. I guess these were all the untriaged ones. So that's through the issues. So I think we went through everything in the agenda. At this point, I'll just leave it roundtable. Is there anything that anybody wants to bring up?
I want to address Ha's question earlier, like how to integrate Ratify into CI/CD pipeline.
Yes, please. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I just want to like I give my 2 cents. Like, if you already have a existing CI/CD pipeline, like I think the most convenient way would be to invoke the Ratify command line tool. So we do Ratify has 2 modes. One is the server mode, where you can send a request through like a curl or like a external data request call. That's how Gatekeeper invokes Ratify through a HTTP request, or the Ratify can be invoked through like the CLI, where we have like a Ratify command, and we have automated test to validate both path. So you can find, we can send you links to, we have an end-to-end test for the CLI, and we have an end-to-end test for the Gatekeeper integration. So there's 2 options. Which one does it sound the best fit for your scenario?
Probably because I'm using ACAS, so I'll probably go and I'll look into the documentation in terms of the kind of Azure. I think using the Gatekeeper probably is the way to go. I try to understand. I try to get a picture from end to end. Let's say I view an image and I then sign that one using Notary or something, and then basically push that to a particular container registry. And then in a kind of a CI/CD pipeline, you have dev, test, prod environments, and then each of these environments would potentially have signing requirement as well. So I'm thinking of basically, well, downloading for every time promoting a particular image. Then it used to be in the past, what I normally do was to basically do, because I was using Azure Container Registry, so I just do Azure Container Registry import to bring from that to test and then moving on to prod. However, now there's a signing requirement. So in terms of the signing requirement, then okay, does it mean that I have to basically push that into a dev, sign that, push that into a dev registry? When I want to promote to a testing registry, then do I need to pull it down, re-sign that one with a new key vault, or a new certificate as such, then push that into a test? And then when I go to prod, the same process happen again. So every time I do that, then I have to download that image, sign, push it up. Is that kind of the standard CI?
Yeah, that's more on the like the signing scenario. Unfortunately, we don't have any. We have some PMs that overlooks the entire like secure supply chain from signing to validation. Ratify focuses on the verifying part more, but I would think you would have different private keys for signing your dev images versus your production image. So to me, re-signing the image once you're ready to promote makes sense. I don't know, Akash, Bimbin, do you have feedback on the, like, how would a developer or a team promote their image from dev to production or to staging? But
Yeah,
yes, I think the process you described sounds reasonable to me.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Bimbin.
Yeah, I'm still considering this both wrong.
Yeah. I think off the top of my head that if you want to take it from a purely signature point of view, then that's the only way to, especially the verification point, to guarantee, hey, am I only deploying prod signed images? So it would fail the signature check if you're not using the correct key. I know that there's, in the community in general, there's other sorts of metadata that you can use for such scenarios, but it's kind of earlier on, and support for that might land maybe later. for that. So you could actually attach certain metadata and sign that metadata according to which section of your pipeline you're at. So like sort of an attestation, and then sign the attestation, and then at deploy time check that. And you could, as you promote your image through the process, so from a dev to a prod ready image, you could attach new metadata to that and then use the metadata itself to check that, versus checking signatures based off of various keys that you've used. So
yeah, okay.
But yeah, I would echo what Susan's saying, that we have a PM has that bird's eye view of how the whole experience should look like, so we can get you in contact with them and maybe they'll give you a better answer than ours.
Yeah, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. So yes, I think it's just from my understanding, because basically, if you sign the image, then you can kind of go horizontal workflow, and the image never go to the agent. But if you sign your image, you then have to do the analysis that where then your image then be presented in the agent, which then in some scenario that become a bit of problems. So that's why, okay, if you sign the image, your CI/CD would then have to change.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. But thank you very much. I think that's actually fun. I probably reach out to you. I presumably. I mean, I just mentioned I work for Microsoft. So if you do, I probably reach out to you internally and work out from there.
Yeah, I work in Microsoft. So does Bin. So does Susan. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Rose.
And just to mention that as a part of the verification, the AKS image integrity policy just went into public preview yesterday. So we'll find you some links on how to set up like a verification policy as well.
Yeah, I think that when I do digging just a few hours earlier, I said, oh yeah, that's come GA. So that's cool. Because I was thinking, okay, how do I install Ratify my AKS cluster? And I'm going through the documentation, hence why I find the 404. So I'll probably do a PR to update that one and to with the documentation as well.
Yeah, we should have some like Microsoft Learning documentations on how to set up the policy from the Azure portal. And on Ratify, I think Xinghe, the dev working on the image integrity policy, he also added some document on how to install open source Ratify onto AKS cluster. So I'll find that as well.
Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate that. Yeah. Don't know what's yeah, that's great.
Yeah, I'm posting the link to the using the image integrity add-on for that AKS just announced.
Yeah, this is yesterday actually.
Was that?
I think it was yesterday. I think I saw it on my Feedly feed.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Cool. So anyone else? Any topics or things you want to bring up? All right. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, thank you very much. Sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, I just want to thank Akash for driving the 1.0 release again. Thank you. Thank you for running the meeting today, Luis.
No worries.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks for all your support.
Yeah.